Howdy. I'm doing a quick overview of my probably completed uh, Hasbro Black Series Kylo Ren um, customized lightsaber. It was customized by Jordan Mall, better known as Jedi Jordan. Um, so I have the hilt, and then I have uh, Vader Vault's day blades. Um, I think they call them the exhaust, but they're of course for the quillions. And then I have the enhanced day blade from Vaders Vault. So first off, this is the lightsaber. I did another short YouTube video, about a minute long. I'll post the link in the description. And it just real zoom in of the paint job that Jedi Jordan does. And it's really nice and really just gives a more authentic look to the blade that you don't get just out of the box from Hasbro. Uh, the out of the box looked more real, but about the same color tone as this. And of course, this is just like the $30 electric one. But so he really does a good job of painting it and weathering it and really making it look like a used lightsaber. So he made the blades removable, which of course means that I have three in-hilt LEDs. I have a 12-watt red on the top, and then two 6-watt red on each side. So the one thing he mentioned is that, well, he's mentioned before, is that with the Black Series, and specifically, well, not specifically, but like with those line of lightsabers, and Kylo Ren more in particular, you could say, these aren't meant for dueling. Even when you get the in-hilt blade and put a durable lightsaber, blade in the hilt, it's still not really meant for dueling. And an example of that would be to make this in-hilt LED, he has to take this apart. Well, it's a factory-made object that's not really meant to be taken apart by the consumer. So they seal things and glue things and put, just solder things together. So in putting it back together, he tightens everything as best he can, but what he does is he makes sure that if something ever arises or you ever want to do more customizations to it, like for example, this has all the regular soundboard. So the only thing he did to this was put LED in the hilt and wire that into the factory battery pack, which still has all the same sound and everything. So it's not much louder or anything like that. But let's say I wanted to one day switch out the soundboard. He made it to where if I sent it back to him, or maybe if I want to do it or someone else, you can still take this apart. So in doing that, there's this tiny bit, I don't even know if I can show you on camera, tiny bit of wiggle. Oh, well, there goes the big reveal. Anyways, there's this tiny wiggle right there. And honestly, when you're holding this hilt, I hold it right here with my hand. You don't notice it when you're swinging it around, because you're holding it by the part that is with the blade and everything that's moving. So you don't notice that wiggle. But that's sort of just a case in point, like, hey, you really shouldn't be smacking things with this. If you want to get a smack around lightsaber, you need to go to Saber Forge. You need to go to Vaders Vault. You need to go to Ultra Sabers. There's other places, of course, but I'll tell y'all this. Whenever it comes in, I'll be doing an unboxing reveal of my Ultra Sabers grab bag lightsaber that I ordered. Don't know when it's coming in. Hasn't shipped yet. But I don't know what lightsaber I'm getting. I don't know what color I'm getting. Of course, won't be any sound, but that's my swing around, smack around lightsaber. And the main reason I'll be doing a video on that is because I don't know the Ultra Sabers blades, and every time someone does an unboxing video of those, they're like, hey, this is the blade I got, and I'm not going to know the name of it. I'm just going to tell you whether I like it or not. Anyways, back to this. So, there's that little bit of wiggle in that, and one of these wiggles just, there it is, wiggles just a hair. But again, he had to take this apart to do what I wanted to do. And so this is a very, very good display, very, very good swing around, but not very good for dueling. Could you? Yes. Would I recommend it? No. But of course, I have onto the blades. I have the day blades in here, and I'll just take this one out. And I had to sand the base of it down to fit into the sides here, because these quillions aren't exactly 1 inch. I don't know if they're 7/8, but I mean, I was able to sand this down to fit in there quite nicely. I'll say this, if there's anything I could be critical of, I guess, with the Jedi Jordan customization aspect of this, it would be my set screws for my quillions. Okay, man. Are not in the same place, and that actually has caused something that I had to customize. So, I don't know if you can see the set screws on the bottom. Can you see that in there? Okay. So, if you can kind of notice, looking at like the paint lines and where it's at, they're not in the same location on each side. One of them is deeper in, and one of them is a little further out. So one of them, like this one, is right where the blue meets the silver, and then this one is in the middle of the blue. So what that caused is, and I love these, by the way, what I'm about to show you. But I'll drop it first. This is a 3D printed custom Kylo Ren blade plug that Jedi Jordan makes, and I think they're awesome. They look great in the blade when you turn the lights on, and it looks amazing. The design's awesome. So this is one for the quillion. That was one for the main plug. This is for one of the quillions, and this is one I had to put together for the blade plug to fit in the other quillion. This is actually a piece of polycarbonate tube cut off from the old blade that used to go in these, and I have super glued it on, and I have to do that because on this one, this blade plug will go in, and I can put it in there, and I can turn the set screw, and it'll stay, and it's perfect. But on this one, the set screw is too far back and too close to the LED, because as you can tell, the blade plug just sits flat. It doesn't go over the LED. It just sits flat in there. So the set screw's too close to LED that when I try to tighten it, it just pushes it out. So that's why I made this little thing, so this will actually go over the LED, and then I can tighten the set screw on this side, and it will hold because it will be tightening onto the plastic piece. Literally, other than that, I don't have any cons about this blade. And like I said, that's something that I was able to finagle with the parts I had. And I'm not a big DIYer, but that's something I was able to finagle with the parts I had and get to work. As you can see, I kind of probably need to sand one of these a bit more. Let me see, is this one out all the way? Come on. There it goes. Like I said, I probably need to sand that one just a little bit more. Sorry, I know this is the most boring part of any lightsaber video. It's a constant taking in and out of blades. Okay. Speaking of, the set screw for the main blade is right there. And I'll tell you this, you really don't see it. It blends right in, and it's awesome. So, of course, I have the enhanced day blade and the day blade quillions from Vaders Vault. And they are awesome, and I love them. And the only thing I'm going to have to somewhat slightly get over, and it's not that big of a deal to me, is however much I love the enhanced day blade, I probably should have just gone with a regular day blade since I got two day regular day blades for the quillions. They don't sell enhanced day blades for quillions. If they did, I probably would have gotten those. But as you can see, like, this is very bright, and these are, while bright, much more tinted, much darker. And you also keep in mind that 12 watt, 6 watt. But you know, this is lights on, and then this is lights off. Very bright, very in my face, and I love it. And of course, bullet tip at the end. Now, I'm still gonna flirt with, you know, I've seen a lot of people do the hot glue on the blades as a possible way to really add to that Kylo Ren look. And I'm flirting with that. I'm seeing what I can do with that, because I really do think that this is going to be a show lightsaber that I spin around. Because like I said, I got that Ultra Saber grab bag blade coming in. I guess that's it. And if y'all have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And may the Force be with you.